Howdy peeps, hope you're doing well. So I haven't done a video like this for a little while. I haven't been out and about much, just mostly sitting in my little bachelor's pad and producing a bit of content here and there, you know how it is. Recently I was kind of accused of running around and referring to my ex as having a personality disorder for the sake of making myself feel better about the relationship breaking up and it all being on the other person. Well, to that one lovely viewer, and I mean lovely viewer, I do actually like you as a person. What I struggle with is lack of accountability and personal responsibility. Now, this is a topic that, you know, many a content creator in the manosphere has talked about regarding women, a lot of women not being responsible. We refer it to as being female nature because we call it as we see it. Now, I released a video back in June about why men have had enough. I was going through a little bit of a difficult patch, should we say, as to whether, well, I don't know, you guys tell me. This is for the male audience, the MGTOW, the red pillars. What do you guys reckon on dating single mothers? Is it worth it? Is it something you'd do? If someone said to you, oh, I'm thinking about, you know, I've been dating someone, I've been thinking about getting a bit serious, what would your views be? And I want to know. I genuinely want to know your views. No matter what it is, good, bad, doesn't matter. You see, I was going through a rough patch because I'd been seeing someone for a little while. Quite liked them, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't have bothered carrying on seeing them. Went through an awful lot with that person. And then came the disrespect. And I was trying to figure out if it was a shit test. Well, for starters, I don't deal well with passive-aggressive behaviour, you know. I don't really appreciate being called manipulative and abusive when I've been in that scenario when the other person is being manipulative and abusive and they manipulate the situation to play the perpetual victim, as it were. It's not a good look. It's not good morals. It's not good ethics. So the kind of qualities that I look for in a woman, they have to be a good communicator. You know, they have to be able to talk about a problem instead of just being difficult, shooting down whatever gets said, blocking, ghosting, whatever you want to call it, and all of that. It's just, I mean, sure, in that aspect a lot of people would refer to it as, well, if someone's going to block you and not talk to you and they don't want to resolve an issue, then the trash has taken itself out, pretty much. That's the way a lot of people see it. In some aspects it's the way I see it. But then, because I do talk red pill, and it's not the usual sort of red pill about, oh, women bad and this, that and the third, no. I hold women to an account. You know, I expect them to be adult-like, to be able to have a conversation, to be able to genuinely say what is on their mind and to air their views or concerns, whatever the case may be. Needless to say, well, when they're blocking someone and they don't talk to them, and then there's a whole silent treatment, you know, they don't talk to you for a couple of days, and then when they do, they're still, you know, not being very forthcoming in the part that they played. You know, they just shift the blame. I don't think that's a good look. It's not a quality that I look for in a woman. And it's that thing of, I mean, what's this thing that people say sometimes to abscond themselves of any form of responsibility. Oh, I'm not doing this to be difficult, or I'm not being this to be awkward. You know that's not me. Well, a lot of the time, they do end up being difficult, they are being awkward, or whatever the case may be, and it is them. That is who they are. That is what they do. Can they change? Oh yeah, they can change. If they want to change. I mean, it does require a level of self-reflection, but then again, a lot of you guys in the manosphere would agree with me on this one, that a lot of women aren't capable of self-reflection and accepting the part that they may have played in a situation, or accepting blame or responsibility or accountability. I suppose you could argue that's why, you know, a lot of us in the manosphere refer to them as being children in adult bodies, because children a lot of the time, unless they're educated accordingly, they will just, you know, act out and not be accountable and not be responsible. And they will do that up until the point where they are corrected. You know, they are told that, well, that's not the best way to behave, that's not the way to do things, or you shouldn't do this because. It's not about having a go at them, it's just explaining the situation and how it would be if the shoe was on the other foot. That's all it comes down to. It's quite a simple concept, really, I suppose. Some people don't want to get it, you know. Some people just don't want that. You know, I walked out on someone once after we'd been in a bit of a scenario, and I was not talking to him on the basis that I wanted an apology. Now, admittedly, I did kind of react in the wrong manner. Now, I didn't do anything bad, I didn't say anything bad, I didn't really say anything. Maybe I should have. But either way, I was expecting an apology for the way the other person behaved, but that never came. To this day. You know? But yeah. It's a funny old world we live in, isn't it? You know? Women not wanting to accept responsibility a lot of the time and all of that. It's not that I'd say that they'd have a personality disorder. No, far from it. They just haven't emotionally matured. And I'm not saying that to be condescending or disrespectful, I'm just saying it how I see it, you know. But you see, my interest, you know, speaking of personality disorders and that, my interest in that came from about 5 years ago. You know, it's just one individual that I was seeing, got a little bit too heavily involved with, wasn't really paying attention. Well, needless to say, it didn't work out with them, but it is what it is. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have been following the channel for many years know exactly what I'm talking about, that one particular individual. And again, it wasn't about ripping them apart or putting all the blame on them. At the end of the day, that was just them and their behaviour, and that is how they acted, and they just saw it as righteous as far as they're concerned. But what can you do? You know, you can't change that type of person. They are set in their ways. There is no compromising with them. There's no meeting them halfway. So, for the most part, they are who they are. And they cannot change that. You see, this one particular viewer that's been watching my channel, at least over the last couple of months, I'd imagine, has totally assumed that I was referring to them. It's like, look, if you're going to watch my stuff and then if the shoe fits, then I guess you have to wear it. I mean, I'm not forcing anyone to wear it. It just does come down to a bit of self-reflection. If I've spoken words that someone found offensive for whatever reason, that's not my fault. A lot of the time I'm not talking about one particular individual, but, you know, I guess a lot of the time we have these preconceived ideas of who the person is that is talking about these things, in this case me. But I guess it kind of is what it is, you know. Truth be told, I did want things to work out. I did want to abandon the channel, as it were. I did want to stop talking about Red Pill and MGTOW. In fact, I was kind of looking forward to doing a video that kind of said, well, you know, actually, not all women are like that. Don't know if I'll ever get to do that video or not. It would be nice. It would be nice, I've got to say. But in the meanwhile, all I can do is just carry on doing my thing and just living my life and talking about whatever I want to talk about on the channel. You know, it's just a bit of a pastime. It helps me understand things a bit better. It helps me understand me a bit better. You know? Even in some cases, the sort of choice of people that I interact with, willingly. You see, when I look at relationships, I'm talking about specifically romantic relationships. I don't go into them for what I can get out of them. I go into them to help uplift the other person, to make their life better for themselves, you know? That's what it's about. Got a dog walker. But yeah, it's about exactly that. Uplifting the other person, helping improve their life. Not in a way of simping for them or, you know, something like that. No, not at all. You know, I help a lot of my friends out a lot of the time in different ways. I appreciate them and they appreciate me. And we are there for each other when we have issues, when we need each other. It's just what friends do. But in terms of a romantic partner, I guess that bar gets raised a little bit more. On both levels. But like I say, it comes down to the individual a lot of the time, and whether they will accept the responsibility for the part that they played, and you know, if an apology is owed, then to apologise. You know, whether it was the way something panned out, or you know, the way something happened. But it's one of them. Anyway, that's all I've got for this one, gentlemen and ladies, for the ladies that watch the channel. If you've got any thoughts, comments or opinions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend, and until the next one, whenever that may be, stay cool, stay awesome, peace out.